A large number of companies throughout Germany took part in this year's Responsible Care competition, the theme of which was resource efficiency. There were many good ideas, and the 3 winning projects were outstanding. So far, no one has managed to turn sludge into gold, but it has proved possible to generate energy from effluents. At Roche in Penzberg, Bavaria. In the sewage treatment plant of the Biotechnology Center there, sewage and organic waste from solvents are turned into electricity and heat. The project began as a lab experiment. Many measurements later, a pilot plant was built in which the key processes of the large-scale biogas plant were thoroughly tested. A year and a half of hard work paid off. The sewage treatment plant in Penzberg no longer consumes but produces energy. In a biological process, a bioreactor, the residues are transformed into biogas. From the biogas, the combined heat and power plant connected to the reactor generates heat and enough power for 600 one-family houses. But in fact, the energy flows back into the local Roche facilities, and with it they meet 3% of their energy needs. Plus, 175 truck journeys a year are no longer needed, and we have 1,400 tons less CO2. The sewage treatment plant at the Penzberg facility produces more energy than it needs for its own process, and I think that's definitely worth mentioning. Be it in motor racing or for everyday applications, tires are increasingly being designed with economy in mind, because rolling resistance accounts for 1/3 of fuel consumption. One important ingredient of tubeless tires is butyl rubber. It ensures that a tire doesn't lose any air. In the past, this desirable property made the production process complex, because for the rubber to emerge as a crumbly end product, it has to be separated from the solvent, until now a process that used a lot of steam and energy. For researchers at Lanxess in Leverkusen, the time was ripe for progress. Together with biotechnology services, they developed what's known as the dry-finishing process. As can be seen here in the pilot plant, the process removes the solvent from the rubber without steam by means of a new type of extruder. And thus the dry end product can be produced directly from the solution. Fundamentally important in making tires greener not only in use but also at the production stage. What's special here is that the process isn't only attractive for butyl rubber. We're planning to introduce this technology step by step for other elastomers too. The process cuts steam consumption by over 70%, and it allows us to structure the process practically as a closed cycle. That is, with no emissions and without much wastewater. In dealing with sensitive substances, the chemical industry has a high responsibility and long experience. Rhein Chemie in Mannheim has shown how employees and the environment can be protected better, while at the same time cutting raw materials consumption. The company succeeded in isolating phenol from effluent mixtures. Phenol is a petroleum derivative and is the source material for an additive used to produce high-grade plastics like those needed for greenhouses. In production, large amounts of phenol accumulate in the effluent mixture and are usually disposed of. Now, experts from Rhein Chemie have succeeded in extracting phenol from this wastewater, and in such a pure form that it can be reused as a raw material in production. For the Responsible Care Award jury, it's an outstanding example of sustainable use of resources. The new process brings several benefits. Thanks to this optimization, we have achieved a saving of 150 tons of phenol a year, which in turn means we take delivery of fewer tanker loads of phenol. That saves CO2. Plus, there's now much less wastewater that has to be disposed of as hazardous waste. For the company, it has shown that we're capable of organizing our processes in a way that's efficient and conserves resources.